Hello, everybody. This is Amir Abdul Qadir with Jamalina Wellness and also Lifestyle Optimization Institute. I'm so proud and very excited to be part of the CASA 86 SA here in San Antonio, Texas, and looking forward to be introducing a lot of my projects and educational health awareness to help also with prevention. Our talk today is going to be the mind body axis for the mental health transformation. So, with my background of 40 years plus, I'm excited to help people. Like you're going to read in my bio, I was about 3 years ago really not doing well, but I was able to transform my health and optimize it up to where I am right now. Health is your wealth, so definitely let's thrive to revive. I'm passionate about the holistic health with extensive training in various modalities aimed to promoting wellness, minimize stress, and addressing also chronic health issues through the technique and coaching and educating based on disease prevention and also the overall well-being. So with the CASA 68, definitely they have big dreams that we're gonna flourish and help a lot of people. And we'll be talking especially today with the PTSD focusing. As we're gonna start is like we're gonna say introduction. So what is wellness and the mental health optimization? As we know, is a lot of things has effect in our health, and we're gonna go over that. So our information program is gonna be inspired to healthy lifestyle. And definitely lifestyle has the big key in what happens to us. So this program is dedicated to enhance your mental and well-being while effectively reducing stress and anxiety. So with experience and supportive environment that empowers you to thrive and reclaim your peace of mind. So we're here to be kind to your mind. How about that? So I love that statement. Definitely harnessing the power of the mind body. So I'm always talking about the gut brain axis for transformation. And one of them, the mental health solution, is, for example, the PTSD, like I said. Um, uh, from everyday, stress to the deep wounds of trauma, life like PTSD, truly healing begins at the root. So the gut and the brain are constant dialogue, shaping how we think, feel, and respond to the world. So what is that? What's the metaphor of the lifestyle optimization? So as you're going to see in the flyers or the presentation, is the root cause, which is what? The gut, which is nutrition. This is the foundation. The trunk of a tree, which is the mind, body, and the nervous system, this is the structure. And then branches, sleep, movement, stress, and relationship. This is the support. Leaves and fruit is creativity, joy, and thriving. This is the outcome, what our goal gonna be. The mind body gut connections is the access for the mental health. So introducing the introduction would be what? Harnessing the power of the mind body, which is the gut brain axis for transformation mental health solution. And like we're talking today about PTSD. The mind body axis, something called the gut brain axis, is a two-way communication system between the gut and the brain and the body regulation system. So always look that we're always grounded. So as you see in the picture, we have trauma. Okay, so trauma, any kind of type of trauma. So it's not just the war type thing. We have trauma, personal trauma, at work trauma, personal trauma, anything you see, and everything what goes on in the world these days that also affect us psychologically. This is a trauma. So we used to always related it to war, people, soldiers, veterans, and all that. But unfortunately, is more than that. So the body-mind axis and then causes inflammation. Okay, so that causes the dysbiosis. What does the dysbiosis? Because now when you're stressed, anxiety, all the other stuff, unable to sleep, and no activity, no adequate nutrition, then you get dysbiosis. So the dysbiosis is the imbalance of the microbiome, where beneficial microbes are overcome by harmful ones, where in your gut. So that disturbs the body natural process. So this imbalance is often what is seen in the gut can be symptoms such as the digestive issue, fatigue, skin problem, and also is linked to serious like inflammation, like IBD, IBS, obesity, and also leads to what from a mind problem, mental health problem. A lot of people don't look at that, but it is. And the simple way to address these causes is what? Through healthy eating. As we always say, food is your medicine, and also lifestyle adjustments. So definitely we need to focus on that. So we go with, as you see the presentation, the body foundation. So starting at the root, which is the gut as medicine, and then you have the leaves and creativity. But nothing is good. The tree doesn't have healthy tree or healthy fruit if the roots have problems. So as you grow a plant, if the roots is bad, then that means you're not going to have fruitful tree or blooming flowers. So the gut, which is the food, is the root cause of most of our health problems. So please look at it, and always what we need to think ahead to live beyond. So body foundations, we're starting with at the root, which was what is gut as what your medicine. So we are architecturally designed. Our bodies architecturally designed. I feel like we are like a building, a house. Without proper foundation, forget it. We are not really doing very well. So like a building needs what? Strong foundation to what? The balance the rest of the building. So the foundation is weak, then which is the gut weak, then they enter the structure, mind, body, and then energy also, and the mood becomes what? Unstable. So nutrition is the concentration of the material that builds what every day our body inside, how we look, how we act, how we behave. So definitely has a big impact on that. So the body foundation, the next thing is what we found, why foundation first matters. All right. So we have to be balanced. We go into like the traditional Chinese medicine, Eastern medicine, all kind of different medicine that started 5,000 years ago, even all the way from the ancient pharaohs. So they always were balanced. Balance is so important. So a strong foundation at the root, which is the gut health, is nutrition. Balance hormones. A lot of people don't realize hormones are just for sexual and that. No, hormones has big effect in also the mind. A stable mood and focus, a strong immunity. That is so important. If your gut is not healthy, your immunity is not boosted. Energy, sustainability, and resistance against the trauma, stress, and aging. So definitely always we call about the root, how we are down at the root cause, the grounding. So other lifestyle pillars would be the movement, sleep, stress management. Cannot, affect it without it. Like you have to have the movement, you have to have the management, the stress. All this comes together, but also with the root cause, with the food. So the root, the gut, as a starting point. So that's the starting point. So the gut is like what? The root system of the body architect is extracted from the fuels of the cells balances the immune system and produces neurotransmitter. So people need to learn that. Even the neuro, you have, I don't feel good, I'm numb, I'm not, that means you don't have adequate circulation. So that's why people have wondering one thing. No, we're all interconnected. So our body's interconnected at the cellular level. So for instance, with the serotonin, the dopamine, that's the root of the anchor of stability and allow what growth. When we neglect the process of the food, so when we eat processed food or stress or toxin, the roots weakens. So leads to what? Cracks in the structure, which is then becomes what? Disease and inflammatory system. So most of all the diseases is caused by inflammation, which is the root cause of what? The type of food that you're eating, hydration, and we're going to go into all that. So food is your medicine, and that goes back 5,000 and more years. Let food be thy medicine is more than an emphasis, okay? Is the biology of your body. Whole living, nutrients-rich food. Heal the root level, okay? Anti-inflammatory, fiber-rich, probiotic, nature, which is the nature's microbiome. Okay, we need the healthy bacteria. So like we go back to dysbiosis, that means bad bacteria is taking over the healthy bacteria in your gut, and that's what causes disease. Each bite that we eat and build is a building material for the resilience or the erosion of your body foundation. Okay, so all right, so the neurotransmitter. So this is the nutrient fact on the mental health. So we're going to talk about nutrition and its fact on your mental health. So neurotransmitters production. So many neurotransmitters that start with the nutrition from the food, nutrients from the food. So for example, what the trophin from what? Turkey, nuts, seeds converts into serotonin, that which is the mood stability. Definitely is so important. Trypsin from, for instance, legumes, dairy, eggs. This is what the precursor to the dopamine, and that's what motivation and also to reward you, to help you feel good. A deficiency in these nutrients can reduce the neurotransmitters. Remember, we're all transmitting electrical transmitters. Availability worsen anxiety, depression, and also what? The brain fog. Secondly, is inflammation, like I talked before. So inflammation, and the immune system. So diet with high sugar, processed food, fats, and refined carbs also cause inflammation. Chronic inflammation is strongly linked to with depression and cognitive disease. People don't realize that there is a cognitive decline when you obtain a lot of carbs, sugar, toxin in your food. So always read the label, what's good and what's not. And we'll be talking about that. This is only the introduction, this class. And as we move forward, we have a lot of class. We go in deeper on what the toxicity, how to read the labels and that. So anti-inflammatory food is what? Fruits, vegetable, omega-3 from fish or flax. Comes what? The immunity system and what? Protect the brain cell. So people don't realize this is I'm fog because I'm tired. No, because you're missing some high fat intake, healthy fat intake. What are the good fat and the bad fat? So we need to learn all about that. And then thirdly is the gut microbiome, which is the natural bacteria. But there's so many things that can really affect your microbiome. That's why I do when I I have a client, I told them I don't guess, I test, which means I want to see all your blood work, your microbiome, which is a stool test, and also the urine, to see what goes in your body and what's out of your body. Why I'm taking all these vitamins? Are they good vitamins? Are they natural vitamins? People say, our healthcare system, oh, vitamins don't work. Well, what is the source of these vitamins? Vitamins do work, but if I need calcium in high doses, I'm not going to be eating a lot of stuff with calcium. So that's why we supplement. But what type of supplementation do we have? It has to be pure and clean, and from good source. So sometimes it's worth to pay a little bit extra, because you'll see the outcome a lot better than just over the counter from one of the stores that doesn't have the credential or the conscious to have good product. They always have additives, so people don't realize all these additives that affect our microbiome. So a diverse microbiome supports what? Resilience against what? Stress. While dysbiosis, we talked about it, okay, is linked to anxiety and depression. Do you believe that? So the gut is amazing. So definitely the brain-gut connection access is so important. So it's also beneficial what bacteria are fed by probiotic, which is the high rich foods, which is, for instance, yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut. Fermented food is so important. And the prebiotic is the fiber, like onions, garlic, oats, and bananas. Now, sugar to me is one of the bad things, and it's added, and people do add it in everything, and people don't realize. They say, well, it's sugarless, but what's making it sweet? So you have to find the source. Why is it this sweetie? Because they have artificial flavoring, which is toxic and carcinogenic. So this is very important to know about that. So we have to regulate our energy, so called the blood sugar and energy regulation. The brain uses glucose as is the prime. For instance, from sugar snacks, processed food, causes energy crashes, irritability, and mood swings. Unfortunately, kids nowadays, they're always eating junk food, pop, soda, candy. Is unbelievable. First thing when they get up in the morning, people don't realize, parents don't realize, family don't realize how toxic that is to start your day with the toxic food, which is sugar. So stable blood sugar, definitely from a whole grain protein and health supported sustained focus and emotional balance. So definitely when your blood sugar, the insulin resistance is low, that helps also what? Your stability, your mind. So that's why when you see the kid hyper and jumping all over, they say, oh yeah, because they just ate 2-3 bars of candy, or they had so much cake or cookies or anything. Bad fat, bad sugar, no fiber, no nothing. So people, parents, family need that. So if you have already a problem with your brain fog and a bad gut, and adding more sugar, then you're adding trouble to your health. So no wonder that affects also your microbiome. Hydration. So hydration is so important. Our body is like almost 90% of water. So we in hot climate like here in Texas, or even in any part of the world where you have heating and air conditioning, people don't realize these things also affect the hydration part. Okay, so hydration is so essential. Dehydration and deficiency, what causes that? Is because it affects also the supplement like magnesium, vitamin D, and omegas. All these are affects your mood, your how you feel, because it's very important. Also, some of the supplement that needs water to transmit, and get where it needs to. All right, so Correcting this deficiency has improved sleep quality, mood, and cognitive function. So definitely, when to take the vitamins. So people say, oh, I take one pill which has calcium, magnesium, vitamin D all together. It's like, so that is not right. So people need to realize magnesium needs to be taken at night, at bedtime, and calcium during the day. Vitamin D is during the day, and a lot of people don't realize, even though we are in a sunny city here or state, very hot in climate, but we are so deficient in vitamin D, and vitamin D without K3 it does not work. So definitely ask for support, advice, because vitamins also has its own way how it works in your body. So always asking for support, for more education, awareness, so how to use your vitamins and supplements. So as we see at the picture, that you're going to say, what's the big picture? So you can see before you have a trauma, you have the stress axis, dysregulation, which affected the gut-brain axis disturbance, causes inflammation, and leads to what? To dysbiosis. All right. But if you eat healthy, hydrate, and of course there's other activity by movement, breathing number 1, grounding number 2, and movement that is really important, improves what? The regulation, and then reduces what? The symptoms. Isn't that amazing? I know, easy said, but it's hard to do it because habits. It's so hard to break some habits. So what is the big picture here? So PTSD and the mind-body axis. So PTSD is not a psychological condition, but also involved is psychological dysregulation. So something is dysregulating your psychology, okay? So chronic stress response, hyperaction of the HIPAA axis, which the HPA, which is the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal system. So this is affecting bad. So leading to what? To elevated cortisol, and then what? And adrenal. So the cortisol and adrenal, when it goes high, then that affects also the mind. Okay, inflammation. Like I said, inflammation causes so many things. PTSD patients, people living in with PTSD have high levels of what? PRO, inflammation, pro-inflammatory cytokines. So what is cytokines? Is like flaring up. It's just going crazy. It doesn't know how to handle. And these are symptoms just with not PTSD, but also affects with pain. A lot of people have autoimmune system, and suddenly they say, oh my God, I'm in severe pain. Why? Because the cytokines just went, the inflammation is so high, affected the cytokines. It's like a flush in the system that causes the effect of an increased pain level. Alrighty, so and gut-brain connection, gut dysbiosis, of course we talked to that about it. So nutrition can either exacerbate or buffer these processes, okay? So it can eliminate it or excite it. All right. So here we need to set goals. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot of things. Of course, this information is just to get you started, and then definitely if you're interested, you can connect with me and I can help you, give you more details what to do health-wise. That I would love to do that, and that's why we're all here to support our community, to minimize all the health and illnesses and disturbance and mental health and everything. So I say always, I don't treat disease, I don't diagnose, I don't medicate, I don't do that, but I go to the lifestyle. So lifestyle is what you eat, how you rest, how you sleep, how you hydrate, how you do your activity, the movement, how you breathe. Breathing itself amazingly help you to relax, get oxygen, because when you're in a stressful situation, you hold your breath and you're not really oxygenating well. You have sleep apnea? This is very important. A lot of people don't realize the sleep apnea has definitely a major effect in the brain fog and not able to be clear. So here are the steps. I call it the 30, 60, 90 days goal. So you work with the 30 days and then you increase it another 30 and then go another 30. It's not an overnight fix. So it takes time for you to be able to help yourself to, if you're 20, 30, 40, 50 or 60, 70 and over, that was not overnight. So we need to take time to build and fix our microbiome and have the good gut-brain access again. So the 30 days is the foundation, and then 60 days is the expansion and skill building, to help you build. And then 90 days is the integration and seeing the result. So definitely it takes time, and you have the flyer for it. So setting your goals. So here I gave you a sheet that you can go the 30 days, you state your goals, achievable goals, and time bound, like bound milestones. So it does help. So start slow, and then it takes one step at a time. So don't think it's magic. No, it's not. If it was, everybody be healthy right away. And do that work for you, and you can always send it to me at my email, your result, and let me know how I can help you. And then let's assess. So would like to assess yourself, your scale with the physical and emotional. Tell me where you stand. That was always, writing things, seeing things black and white. It really affects the way you feel. And then plan ahead. So clarify your vision. So see your destination, where you want to be, what you want to do. That's the first, goal. The second goal is break into milestones. So 1 mile at a time, very simple steps. Then align with the daily awareness, build the foundation, change your food habit, see what's best for you, how can I change. So this one all takes time and help and assistance. So that's why awareness is very important to be and we're here to educate you, make you aware of it, so you know how to do the prevention. All right, so here you checklist. Love to use that checklist. Use the journaling at the checklist as a checklist to track what small wins weekly. Celebrate the milestone at 30, and then at 60, and then at 90 days. Reflect what worked. Okay, this one didn't work, so let me try something else. And why it didn't work. So that's very important, why it did not work. And what needs to shift. Okay, why I didn't work. If you heard a lot of people work for them, it didn't work for you, maybe, make it in another angle, a different way, minimize it or increase it. And then for the next phase, be able to implement it again and try. Don't give up easily. You got to work harder. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody be healthy, right? So flexibility is the key. I love that. So I always say flexibility is my middle name, and my second name is common sense. So I love to work with common sense. So here's the steps for common sense. Use your mind. Use that. If you need help, seek for help. Seek for assistance. Seek for advice. So don't stop. Don't give up so easily. Health is your wealth, so you need to move forward. Medicine is not the solution. It's also the lifestyle and what you do, activity that. So flexibility is the key of life for what to change. So goals may need to be adjusting. All right. So you say, I'm going to go fasting right away. Well, then you pass out. It's like, well, they say intermittent fasting is very good for people. Yes, it definitely is very good. But maybe you didn't do it right because your microbiome is not healthy. Maybe you're not hydrating very well. So there's so many causes of these things. So please, don't give up. Ask, like I say, ask for help, ask for assistance, ask for advice. So what's your action plan? This is the number 5. The journey of transformation is about a quick fix. It's not a quick fix, okay? But it's about creating a solid foundation, and that allows the body and the mind to rise stronger together. All right, so we're fixing the gut and the brain, so we have to do the milestone steps. By embracing the wisdom of the body-mind gut-brain axis, we nurture long-lasting change and root and to the branches, foundation to flourishing. okay? So think ahead to live beyond. So here's the questions. If you have any question, please write them up and email them to me or text them to me, and maybe I can help you, give you sometimes to get you started on these steps. Um, so I'm very proud and very happy with Cafe 86 SA that we're starting this concept of educating, helping our community. Mostly started with our chef Steve, but definitely it goes in any kind of career, in any kind of profession. Even if you're a mom, at home. So it doesn't have to be the work. It has also effect at home. So definitely, please, we're here to help you. We have so many other facilitators and coaches can help you also with the psychological and the body-mind connection. Definitely balance your body. We have, some healers, some we talk about aromatherapy, Chinese medicine. There's so many modalities that out there that can help you. I worked and I did some research with Duke Hospital in UNC Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and we used basic modality. One of them is what? Breathing. And second is the prayer, the power of the prayer. Thirdly, we did also energy work. Amazingly, we're all energy, so we need to implement. Just don't go basic, go back for centuries and decades that people did things and it helped them to heal. So I'm sure a lot of people, or if you haven't heard about it, go look up about what is the blue zone. Blue zone is people are living over 100 and they're still active, sexually active, and very happily, and don't have any problem or dementia or all the mental diseases that we see in all these labels. So why is that? Because they have relax, a community awareness, helping each other, supporting each other, eating healthy, hydrating, sleeping well. All this definitely has an effect on our mind and our body in a whole. You can go to my website, which is gemalina.com, and you can see other things that I do. There's other things that I do that it's not even on the website, but when you get to know me and hear all my classes or the lectures or the talk we'll be talking about, you're going to see amazingly. So this is the launching of the concept of the lifestyle medicine. I call it that way because our health is lifestyle, how we deal with everyday problem, and the first thing is how we eat, hydrate, and definitely how we ground and how we breathe. So this is very important, and how we move. So grounding is very important. If people who work with a lot of electronics like that indoors all the time in the office, they miss out on grounding. And grounding, that's another story I'll be talking about down the road. That's so important that we miss that. We're not spending time outside either because whatever reason, or the hot weather, or climate, or don't have time. So how can we add this to our daily thing that we can help us? There's so many things out there. So as I said before, about 3 years ago in 2021, got really ill and very toxic, but that I was able to heal myself with zero medication, but I used a lot of modality. Definitely food was the number one that I had to modify it. I had to clean my inside to be able to restore my microbiome and don't have the dysbiosis that I say, that have healthy bacteria in my gut to be able to detoxify and able to eat healthy and lose weight again. So at that time, when I got this high inflammatory in my system, within 2 months, I just blew up and I gained like 50 pounds. Definitely, I looked like the Pillsbury boy, but definitely I was blessed, and I had support of my friend that able to help me and guide me to move along and use all the natural modalities. There's some, it's extended, like there's IV infusion, there's supplement, and the last but least, I love to talk about that really saved me was the stem cell. So definitely let me know. That's another story. We'll be talking about stem cells, but definitely little things at a time, small steps, small goals, and definitely you will reach it. Like if I tell you, climb the Himalayan mountains or run for a mile, can't do that. You got to start running one block at a time and add miles to your activity. So I'm Amir Abdelkader with just 4 decades of experience, and I love what I do and love to help my community to kind of let them thrive to a healthy lifestyle and minimize all the medications, minimize the stress factors, how to reduce your anxiety and pain. Pain is no fun. Believe me, I went through it for a few years and I know what pain is. Please reach out, and definitely we're here to help you as a group, as a community with the Cafe 86 SA. Looking forward to seeing you again.